I give the floor to Mr. Nick Schwarz, who is a research fellow of the Berlin Institute for Energy and Regulatory Law in Berlin. Good day, Mr. Schwarz, and I give you the floor to present your introductory remarks, and please send my warm greetings to my good friend and colleague, Professor Moore. Looking forward to your remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Dear Professor Metaxas and esteemed listeners, my name is Nick Schwarz. I'm an assistant to Professor Moore. Unfortunately, Professor Moore will not be able to attend our conference due to a COVID infection. He therefore asked me to convey his sincere regret and to read his welcoming remarks to you on his behalf, and most importantly, wishes everyone a successful conference. So, dear Antonis, dear colleagues, Professor Herrera Ancustegu and Professor Mitzi, dear speakers and esteemed listeners. It is a great pleasure and privilege for me to welcome all of you to the 9th Athens Conference on EU Energy Law and Policy. Dear Antonis, my sincere thanks go to you, not only for your generous introductory words, but above all for your tireless commitment in bringing us together for yet another edition of this truly European gathering. Your dedication has made this conference a constant in the European energy law community, and it is remarkable to see how it continues to grow in relevance each year. A warm word of gratitude also goes to our core organizing institutions, the Hellenic Energy Regulation Institute, the Research Group of Natural Resources Law, Environmental Law and Development Law of the University of Bergen, and the Center for Commercial Law Studies at Queen Mary University of London. I am pleased and honored to be part, once again, of this remarkable gathering of distinguished colleagues and outstanding institutions. The cross-border collaboration behind this conference symbolizes something that I wish to emphasize right at the beginning. Europe can only master its energy challenges together. When we met last year, we reflected on the aftermath of the European energy and supply crisis and the lessons learned from it. Today, the situation has evolved, but the challenges have not diminished. If anything, they have become more complex. Our world has become more uncertain, more fragmented, and more exposed to geopolitical and economic risks than only a few years ago. At the same time, protectionist tendencies are reshaping global value chains and making the transformation of our energy system more costly. And in many member states, including Germany, the political and economic debate has shifted. Cost efficiency, security of supply, and social acceptance have returned to the center of energy policymaking. Achieving climate goals remains indispensable, but we must do so without sacrificing competitiveness, industrial capacity, or societal cohesion. This is, in my view, the central challenge for years to come. This year's conference addresses this question from multiple and highly complementary angles. If we look at the program, we see that it spans the entire breadth of the energy transition, from the evolving role of storage, aggregation, and flexibility to the integration of advanced technologies and new energy careers, to the design of resilient economic frameworks, including state aid rules, and finally to the mechanisms of dispute resolution that ensure stability in a rapidly transforming market environment. What strikes me when looking at this comprehensive agenda is that the energy transition can no longer be understood as the sum of isolated policy areas, technologies, or regulatory instruments. Its success depends on how well these elements interact and how effectively we can design the legal, economic, and institutional frameworks connecting them. Storage and flexibility, for example, are not merely technical add-ons. They reshape market design, regulatory incentives, investment decisions, and cross-border cooperation. Technological innovation, from sustainable fuels to advanced grid concepts or alternative low-carbon technologies, is no longer a distant vision, but a pressing regulatory task. It therefore is my pleasure to welcome three of our speakers from Germany to the according panel. Dr. Lisa Kappler, Associated Partner at Kleis Lutz, will give a talk on the regulatory framework and compliance regarding sustainable aviation fuels before Dr. Stefan Schröder, Partner at Freshfields, and Dr. Henrik Wessling, Principal Associate at Freshfields, will elaborate on the race for investment and fair prices in developing Germany's transmission grid infrastructure. Dear Dr. Kappler, Dr. Schröder, and Dr. Wessling, we are very grateful to have you on board today. Another dimension which this conference rightly highlights concerns dispute resolution. As investments increase in scale and complexity, as new actors enter the system, and as regulation evolves at unprecedented speed, robust and innovative legal mechanisms for preventing and resolving disputes are becoming essential for investor confidence in system stability. Against this backdrop, our fourth speaker from Germany, Dr. Björn Ebert, Associated Partner at Kleis Lutz, will speak on challenges in offshore wind farm arbitrations. Dear Dr. Ebert, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our conference. And of course, I would like to extend my heartfelt welcome to all the other remarkable speakers who will provide us with invaluable insights in their respective realms as well. Europe is in a decisive phase of its energy transition. The transformation, if we manage it well, holds not only burdens, but also immense opportunities. Opportunities for innovation, for new business models, and for industrial renewal. Unlocking these opportunities requires sound regulations, legal certainty, and, above all, cooperation. I therefore firmly believe that conferences like today's play a critical role in shaping Europe's path forward. They create a space for reflection, for expertise, for constructive debate across borders and disciplines. And they embody that the very idea that lies at the heart of the European project, that we are stronger when we work together. Before I conclude, let me express how pleased I am that so many distinguished speakers from across Europe and beyond will contribute to these discussions today. Your expertise and practical insights are invaluable, especially at this juncture where technological innovation, legal design, and economic strategy must come together more closely than ever. Dear Antonis, dear colleagues, dear participants, I am confident that today's exchange will further our understanding, challenge our perspectives, and perhaps even bring us a step closer to the solutions we urgently need. I wish all of us a productive conference, stimulating presentations, and fruitful discussions. Thank you very much.
We thank you very much, and through you, Mr. Schwarz, again, my best regards to my very good friend and colleague, Professor Moore. It was also a very concise and very targeted introduction that you have, that Professor Moore has made, also as regards the issues that will be discussed today, and making also the proper connections to to what has been discussed also last year. We see that the energy landscape is heavily influenced by the geopolitical turmoil that we're currently witnessing, and the geopolitical also insecurities that currently exist. So it is also up to us scientists that are involved in observing these developments to actually adapt also our approaches, and this is something that is one of the main issues that will be in the epicenter of our discussions today. Once again, my warm thanks, Mr. Schwarz.